What's up, guys? John the Retro Bro back again with another video. We're talking Mike Matei, guys. And if you don't like this format, unfortunately, I do apologize. This is actually going to be my vlog format for the next probably couple months, unfortunately. Actually, well, not fortunately. We are finishing our basement, and you guys don't want to see the mess. So anyway, guys, on that note, here we are. We're talking about Mike Matei's tweet. It's caused some controversy over the last, I don't know, probably a week or so. I figured I just wanted to touch on this topic just because it does pretty much involve emulation and retro games. You guys know what we do here, bro. Do you even emulate? Do you even retro, bro? So I'm not going to talk about Mike Matei. I'm not going to take this as an opportunity to bash the guy. I've never met the guy. I don't know the guy aside from AVGN, Cinemassacre. I don't know much about the guy, honestly. He's probably a good guy. I don't know. We're not talking about him. We're talking about his tweet. So he put out a retweet here, or a tweet said, retweet if you agree. If you use the rewind feature that's now standard on many NES and SNES games available on Switch, you did not, in caps, by any stretch of the imagination, beat the goddamn game. Now, it's very interesting the way this tweet is worded. Immediately looking at it, I'm like, number one, why are we having this conversation as adults? Like, what is the meaning of this tweet? And is it even true? I mean, this is such a subjective thing that he said. The part at the end, you did not beat the goddamn game. It sounds like maybe something set him off that caused this tweet. I'm guessing maybe he got into an argument with somebody. Maybe he beat a game that was really hard, like Battletoads or Contra or something, and then so-and-so said, yeah, I beat it, but I had to use, Game Genie, or I had to use save states, or I could only beat it on rewind feature. And then, the conversation probably went on, you did not beat the game. And here we are, guys. Do you even rewind feature? My thoughts on this, guys. First of all, let's talk about the whole rewind feature in and of itself. The rewind feature actually is a pretty new thing. They started doing this on a lot of the classic discs, where you have like the Sega Classic disc, Sega Collection discs, the Capcom collection games. It's a pretty new feature. But I wanted to talk about, did you actually beat the game? First of all, what does it mean to beat the game? Simply beating the game is besting the final boss, it's reaching the end of the storyline, and it is completing a story. By no means is beating the game, there's never any prerequisites that say you can't use Game Genie codes, you can't use rewind features, you can't use save states, because beating the game is what I just mentioned. So in my humble retro bro opinion, bro, do you even rewind feature? Yes, if you use rewind feature and save states, you beat the damn game. You completed the story, you went to the end of the game, you beat the last boss. Like I said, there's no prerequisites on how you have to do it. Some will say, sure, you have to beat it the way the game designers designed the game, but let's take one thing into consideration, guys. If they had the technology to use save states or more save features back on games like Contra, would they have put save states in there, or simply a save game feature? Games started getting easier when save states and game saves became a thing. The reason why we didn't see them in games like Contra, Super Mario Bros. 3 is because the technology wasn't there. They put warp whistles in Super Mario Bros. 3, guys, because the game was so big, they couldn't put a save in there. That is exactly why they put those warp whistles in there. It was a developer's way of saying, you know what? We're going to make this game a little bit easier. You can't save it, but you can warp. And then that brings in a sense, if you warp, did you beat the game? Yes, you completed the story from beginning to the end. And let's talk about save states, bro. Do you even save state? I said about 2 years ago, I made a video about save states and how I love save states and why emulation is better than OG hardware, because you can use save states. You guys all did it when you were a kid. You played a game at night, it got late, you had to go to bed, you were playing on your Nintendo. What did you do? You paused the game, Sometimes you unplugged your controller, or you didn't want to unplug your controller because you didn't want to risk freezing the game, and you turned your television off. You went to school the next day, you came home, did your homework, you turned your TV back on and unpaused the game. That is absolutely no different than using a save state by today's standards, and if you would have done that back then, you would have still considered beating the game by his theory. Plus, guys, let's not forget, we are adults at this point. We don't have the amount of time we did. I mean, myself, for example, I've got 3 kids. The most amount of time every now and then I'll get to play some retro games is 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know how many 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit games you're beating in that amount of time. However, modern gen, I can play an hour, I can save my game, or it auto-saves the feature. Guys, the reason why we didn't have these features back then was because the games, the consoles, simply didn't have the memory to handle it. So I completely disagree with Mike Matei. I feel like if you use a rewind feature or a save state or a Game Genie code and you complete the game from start to finish, you have beaten the game. Like I said, guys, what it all comes down to, there is no prerequisites when it comes to beating a game. It's just simply finishing a game. Alright guys, let me know what you think. I want to hear your opinions, comments below. Until next time guys, do you even retro bro? Do you even rewind feature? We'll see you on the next video.